Good morning. Welcome to OptionsTender. We're taking a look at Bitcoin, SPY. We'll go around a couple indices. We're also going to take a look at bonds. We'll get a quick snap at the dollar. What else? So we're just going to go randomly do a few things while we're waiting for the market to pan out. It does look like we are in a cycle low as of today. So it does look like price wants to break down from a triangle, but we'll get to that. So if you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that OptionsTender logo, and make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to like the video. Thank you for all the support, you guys. Also, we're doing this intraday at about 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube member. It's 99 cents for the basic. And it comes with the Discord trailer. It's really cool. But don't forget, we just did a video on micro strategies, huge setup there and bullish setup. And we're looking for that to move higher. And if you want to see those individual videos, whenever I start to turn to the bullish side, I don't focus on the indices as much. In other words, I don't trade them as much as I do individual names. On the upside, I like to trade individual names. On the downside, I like to use more of the indices themselves. Okay, just a little insight there. And so anyway, that's $4.99 a month. Here we go. Let's start off with BTC. We're not going to do full analysis on this. We're on the daily time frame. We're at the 200-day moving average. You know, at minimum, I think we're looking for a bounce here, and I think that bounce could make it all the way up to 94. Looks like about the 94,000. But you know, there's a chance that maybe this is a bullish setup, and this wants to continue much higher from this point. We have this market structure that seems to perhaps be, you know, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave done, right? So this could be just a lower high. We could be setting up a, I don't know if this is the high here. Looks like it. So if it's just like the market, this could be just a 5 wave impulse and a bounce, dead cat bounce, and continue lower. Or obviously, and this is the same thing with the overall market, this was a perhaps a flat pattern, A, B, and C, an expanded flat, and we're looking for higher prices. It looks very, very similar. It's just Bitcoin's a lot more volatile. Okay, so looking for a bounce there. I want to take a look at the 10-year treasury rates because they matter. As boring as they are, they matter. We're at support right now, so getting a bounce on the treasury rate. So in other words, a back test of this bearish rising wedge, broke down from it, came into support. I can take that arrow off now, and I think we'll probably make a lower high here. But in the meantime, this should give us some relief from the market heading lower. And the reason is because, you know, we had relative strength when the rates were going up. We had relative strength in tech, and the small caps were really weak. Now, I know that both were selling off, but it's all about order flow, you guys. So in this case, tech was starting to sell off. I kept telling you guys that, you know, as this goes lower, I don't know how far, but it started to make a big move, and tech started to sell off. So I think that's going to send some relief as this bounces, and then we start going lower. And overall, if you want to put this in a fundamental mind frame, we're going to get a relief from the fact that we're going into a recession. So if this is just a correction and this continues to go higher, then the economy is good and there's no recession and everybody's happy, and you have all sorts of other news that gives you, you know, a delightful view. Okay, and if this makes a lower high and continues lower, recession is here, and the stocks will reflect that. Okay, and then eventually you'll get your reflection off of examples like GDP and employment and stuff like that. But the market tops before all that happens. The dollar, Dixie. Again, you know, this is just a big move. And, I'm not one that there's times when the dollar or bonds, they go with the market, and there's times when they go against the market. And so, clearly the market's been going down and the dollar's been reflecting the same thing. So do we get a dead cat bounce? We're into support right now. Let me move this one over. I put that trend line there probably a year or two ago. So it just shows you that, price has memory. We're back at support. We're in the mid-range of this consolidation area. And we're either back testing going higher, or this thing bounces and continues lower. So if you trade, that's what we're looking at on the dollar. Now go over to SPY. SPY is still fighting with the bottom of this megaphone setup. Can't get back above it. Couldn't hold yesterday. And what I think it's going down to the next little minor level here. I'm not putting it on this. I don't want my whole chart to be full of the hourly supports and resistances. On the daily time frame, we're at support right now. That can easily go down and spike back up to recover it, because we're going to get more positive divergence. So we're looking for a bottom. But like I said, we're in a timing low. The low was early on this one. I think we still have a chance to make a low here. If we don't make it here, like I talked about in yesterday's video, if we don't make a low now really soon, then I think we're going to bounce and then make a low. All right. So those are the two scenarios. I think the market's showing weakness, and I think it wants to gather a low today, and that would be perfect for timing. That'd be again a perfect setup, and we're going to buy the dip. Going to the 65, I'll get you a better view of that. And we're forming this wedge, this bullish falling wedge. And what we're looking at right now, we talked about in the Discord that this looked like a triangle. So it was either a diamond sort of bottom, and we could have broke out from it, but now it appears that it's a continuation triangle, and that we're heading lower. So this is some sort of wave 4 in all of this mess that we have here, and we're looking for about 550 to be the bottom. It's going to create a positive divergence. And then a really good indicator that I think I brought it up yesterday, but was the Elliott. So first of all, we have the timing low of the 14th. So maybe the low, it goes into tomorrow or so. But the Elliott wave indicator oscillator works really well for situations like this. You can't figure out what the wave count is. Well, you can start to see that you have positive divergence. We got our bounce, positive divergence. You got your little bounce. And once again, this is going to make a positive divergence. We're not there yet. We didn't make a new low, but when that makes a new low, we're going to have a positive divergence. And what this signals here at the end of this move is that that's a wave 4 going into wave 5. So this seems to be clear now what's happening. We get that. We buy the dip, and then we'll have our low going into this 14th window. Even if it's today, that's actually the low. We're in that window, and then we can get then we can start forming market structure. So however high this wants to go, maybe it just starts the structure here at the 23.6, gets a rejection off of there, and forms a higher low. Then we can start our market structure and go from there. And what you'll be looking for is, a 5-wave impulse, or is this going to be a zigzag? If it's a zigzag, it's going to be a 5-3-5. Then, what bulls are going to expect is a wave 4 and then a 5 in here and continue. So we're going to test the highs, and then you might get a pullback for a higher low and continue higher. That's a possibility. Or it literally makes a new high off of this 5-wave move, right? So if you're bearish, you're looking for a lower high going into the 62% retracement. And again, like we said yesterday, so we're looking for the 62% retracement. That's the 549.6, and that's from the entire move that we had right here. So this is a 1-2 setup for the bulls, or this is still a wave 4 in a larger scale. So I'm not going to go through all that again. We're looking for the low to come into this 550 area. So you saw the confluence there. And then we'll have to adjust this accordingly, which will probably be somewhere down there. And then we'll be looking for the 589 is our target being bearish. We'll look for an A. I think my B is hanging out down here. B, and then a C for a wave 2. Now, I do still think this is going to be a deep retracement, because we're going to have so much bullish pressure into this, and maybe it makes it up to the 786 and then rejects from there. But we're going to have to be careful. If this starts to get above the 786, then really once it starts to get above the 62, you have to start being cautious and leave your hedges on. At that point, we'll be adding on puts, but we'll have call hedges. And then again, once it gets past the 786, you should probably lighten up on any shorts if this thing's going to continue higher. Yeah, and so we're looking at FOMC coming up on Wednesday. So we might have a good Friday, might be good here. And I think it's necessary to show we're probably going to have a bullish move going into Friday, possibly Monday, and maybe a pullback into or after FOMC to give us a higher low, and then move from there. So we'll see where price is when we get into the FOMC on Wednesday. But I do think this is a great setup to go long, going at 550. And I didn't think I was going to do this. And I'm going to end this here. I'm not going to go through all the other indices. I think this is exactly what we want to know today. And I also want to show to the members that we're going to do Boeing. Boeing, it looks like it's setting up really, really well also. And so I think this candle going into tomorrow, so we might have a nice little lotto play for tomorrow, is going to be a reversal candle. So if we catch this low at 550, then we'll be looking for a possible reversal candle, maybe even getting back on top of this 50-week moving average and this resistance, or maybe we stop right below it. That's how the market likes to do it. And then we have continuation next week. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We're focusing in on this weekly candle. I think it's going to be a doji. We'll see. All right, thanks for joining us here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck trading, you guys. We'll see you in the next video.